Now, just about 16 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock, welcome back to the Now Morning Show. Now, with the holidays comes the many events to attend, and too often we're left wondering what to wear. Well, we're going to make that easy for you as we're talking holiday fashion with some designers from FashionTT. And so joining us from FGP Resort is Mr. Sean Griffith Perez, and from King's Daughter we have Miss Esther Calendar. Designers, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us. Don't know if you can tell I'm very excited for this because I am always left wondering what to wear. But before we get into fashion, I want to know a bit about you guys. So I'm going to start with you first, Esther. Tell us exactly how you got into this amazing world of fashion designing.
I usually feel like fashion chose me. I didn't choose fashion.
Yeah.
I was interested in science, and one day I found I was drawn to fabric, drawn to paper, drawn to glue, and I started it as a stress reliever at a very young age, and it kind of just took on a life of its own.
At the risk of giving away your age, how long ago was that?
Oh, wow. At least 15 years.
Wow. And what do you specialize in at this time? Because I'm seeing some turbans, I'm also seeing some skirts. What do you specialize in?
Well, my specialty is hand-painted pieces. However, people have decided that they want fashion accessories. So the number one thing I offer, fashion accessories, from headbands to turbans to wraps.
Nice. Okay, and we're going to pause. I'm going to come to you, Sean. So, Sean, give me a bit about your background in terms of how you started in fashion as well.
Well, actually, I started at the age 18, and then after winning Up and Coming Fashion Designer in Trinidad and Tobago in 2007, I started my clothing line.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what is your clothing line?
My clothing line, first I had started off like in couture, but then after realizing and doing research and a lot of things, I realized that the Caribbean aesthetic needs to develop. So, one thing I noticed with the development and the research, I realized that resort wear should be our main target, you know. So I now moved from Sean Griffith Perez Designs to SGP Resort
SGP Resort Wear,
yeah.
Right. And so what sort of patterns and fabric do you use to bring out that sort of Caribbean feel with the resort wear?
Well, actually, because of the multi-society we have, there's a lot of vibration. So color always do a good representation of that, and also the patterns.
Yeah.
So like this year's collection is called Afro-Carib. So it's a blend of the African prints and the Caribbean prints that we will consider like hibiscus and all these colorful. And I mesh it together and create the fabric and then start doing
and I
all
know
these
that I would love
silhouettes.
our viewers to see exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I know you have two models on hand, so I'm hoping they can come and show us exactly what that looks like. Come this way, gentlemen. Very nice. Is this from one of the collections?
Yes, the new collection. This is a bomber jacket and pants. Yeah.
Very nice. And I know that you have another one as well. Come this way, sir. So this is one, and this is the second one. Okay, all right. And I'm wondering, how is it that I realize that you're clashing so many different patterns, because I'm seeing the black and white block, but then I'm also seeing the color as well. Was that a deliberate choice? And why was that choice taken?
Well, that choice was taken based on every design has inspiration into it. So this one is really, because it's the Maasai print, you know, the African print, it's really strong use because I feel that makes the culture of the Maasai is so powerful. You know, I wanted to put it more into here, and then to the other one, I created more the Caribbean feel with the hibiscus and all these prints, and using a little bit of the African.
Gentlemen, if I can ask you to come this way, and I'm also wondering, where would you wear something like this?
Well, I basically mostly target destination travel. So, and what happened when I started doing the destination travel, I realized people start using that carnival fets. So then I started to target at the carnival, and then it started, the international customers start connecting with me, and that is how it started.
That's how it started.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, Esther, I'm coming back to you because I know that you also work with the turbans and stuff. Where can we wear this? Is it like a casual Sunday, or can we dress it up? Can we dress it down? How do we wear it?
I'll tell you, you can dress it up with the right earrings. You can turn any turban from day to night.
Yeah.
You can use a casual, run into the gas station, grab a turban, you don't have to fix anything.
Yes.
You're going to a lime, you want a pop of color. you pick up a nice little mustard, you're good to go.
Yeah, yeah. I love this one, this army green. So if I'm
Right.
using this army green, like what can I pair that with?
So this could pair well with black. So you have a nice black ensemble. I say, you know what, I want a pop of color.
Yeah.
This will go well with it. Also khaki or natural nude colors, this will fit nicely. And it's also made for both men and women.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm wondering as well where you draw your inspiration from.
So many places, Kimberly, wow. I really started to have an interest in design watching my aunt sew as a young girl. So she would sew for me and I would look at her. And from looking and listening, I started to understand how much it takes to actually create a piece. And that began to kind of cause me to look at local designers. I'm inspired by Mailing, for example, and so many other designers that have kind of shown me that, you know, design is so multifaceted. So for me, the inspiration, it kind of grew from a young age, looking at my aunt, looking even at my grandmother, because she had a style of her own. And as a female, you know, being able to express who you are through dress, I think that is such a phenomenal thing.
Yeah. Now, I like that you mentioned that the turbans are unisex, both male and female. Do you also create clothing for men as well?
I do.
Yeah.
So this, for example, this started as an idea. A friend of mine had an event and he needed something for a show. So we started talking about ideas. And I think that kind of started a separate interest in male, because I usually did female. And after that period, a few years ago, I started doing T-shirts and sweaters for men as well.
Sean, I'm coming across to you as well, because we have these two lovely gentlemen here in their resort wear. But do you also do resort wear for women as well?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
And what is that going to look like? Is it similar or different to this?
It's a blend of where I use animal prints, snake print, the zebra. Zebra.
I jumped with that one, yeah.
But it's blended with the colorful print that make Bruce tops and
I think
so forth.
we're seeing some on the screen here. This is your
some
work
of
as
my
well.
pieces.
Nice.
This was last year,
Last year's collection.
2021.
Okay. Very nice. So you also have things for weddings, and it's a whole range of things that you can offer.
Yeah.
And where do you draw your inspiration from?
Well, actually, inspiration really comes from, usually for the year, they would launch inspiration chart, and you would pick up from the colors, your trend. And then after, I like to stick with the Caribbean. So everything that the Caribbean has to offer, I am excited about it. Yeah.
I think most people often see the end product of your designs, right? And so I'm wondering, what are some of the challenges that you get when you are designing or even making or even producing an entire collection?
Fabric.
That came out like at the tip of your tongue, fabric.
Yes,
Why fabric?
Because it's so limited. You know, we have some good stores here, but it's just a few, and we have a lot of designers here. So sometimes you meet designers with the same fabric showing. So that is why I had to be a little more creative with the fabric and to create mine. So I am a little, they would tell me a little Coskel, because I will do bright colors, blend, you know, different prints and things, to create a nice fabric that would look different and would not look too ordinary.
Yeah. And with your collection, do you do bespoke or everything is ready-made? How do you do it?
I used to do bespoke, you know, but I try to keep that same concept into the resort wear. So I'm very fussy with finish, look, and presentation.
Yeah, love it. I'm asking you the same question too, because I'm also wondering, what are some of the challenges you get as a designer?
Would you believe when he said fabric, I was thinking the same thing. I think sometimes it is a challenge. I think more so availability on the end of fabric. Sometimes you go to get, and when you reach, it's finished. And so sometimes that is definitely a big challenge. I would also say, I think the journey and what it really means to be a designer, you know, it's different for everybody. I think in my experience, I have found that really defining my brand has been somewhat of an uphill battle, because you know, you really want to set yourself apart and be unique. So those would have been really some of the challenges.
Yeah. As we look forward to the Christmas season, of course, it's here. It's
Yes,
this
right
weekend.
here.
When someone is stepping out, can you give us some tips in terms of what we're wearing? Because, I mean, like, we do have the classics that people love, but we also have a modern look as well. So, for example, if I'm going to, let's say, a family line, what are some of the things I can pair together that will still make it look nice, but also can still be a bit modern? What do you suggest?
I would say color. So yes, I have my pieces, but I say you could mix one of these bomber jackets with a turban. I think a nice blend of color is really good because it does reflect who we are. We are so colorful as a people.
Are we sticking to red and green, or can we go across?
No. Christmas is colorful in the Caribbean, right? So throw in other colors, yellow. I've seen a lot of people using colors that are more iridescent and very shiny kind of blues and yellows and greens. I think you should mix it up. Have fun. I think that's what you should do.
Yeah.
Don't go with the neutrals this Christmas.
Yeah. Sean, we always wear black for Olia's night. For whatever reason, that is ingrained in our system that we're going out to our Olia's party and we have to wear black. We sticking to black, or we changing things this season?
I think because of the Caribbean, we are so personal style is, is yourself, right? So sometimes, yes, black is standard, but, we play it safe for the black, but for the outgoing and the real divas, they could try different other colors, So I would suggest color would be nice too.
Keep black?
Eh?
Keep black?
You
Colors?
could keep black,
Okay.
but you could try colors.
Yeah.
Colors is really nice.
All right.
Yeah.
And if anybody needs to reach you, just tell me quick, Sean, how we can reach you. Any social media handles you can share?
Okay, yeah. So I am on Instagram and Facebook. So it's Facebook SGP Resortwear, also at Instagram.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Esther?
On Facebook, you can reach me at King's Daughter with a Z.
Right.
So it's KINGZ. And then on Instagram, it's the King's Daughter.
Nice. Well, designers, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank
I
you.
will be taking some of the tips. I do like color, in case you haven't
Yes.
realized. So, of course, you were speaking to me. So, thank you so much for coming in and sharing your designs. We really,
you,
really, really
Kimberly.
appreciate you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
And that was some designers from FashionTT just giving us some holiday tips on how we can look stylish, classy, and modern for the holiday season. Now, remember, next we have those calls coming up. Stay by your phones. Our number is 622-4010 because you may have the opportunity to win a Shamir voucher for Christmas. Stay with us.